there are multiple times this season where I need some FPL therapy. I just have to be discussing and ranting, being completely authentic and real with my community. So I'm just hoping that there is somebody else out there that sort of resonates with my thought process. And so without further ado, hope you enjoyed the video. Boys, FPL, it's in shambles. It's actually genuinely in shambles. I was ranked at 600k after game week 1. I have fallen all the way to 5 million. That's crazy because I can say I've put a lot of time and effort into my team. I've produced content. I've never had the most gorgeous graphics, but all of the thoughts I have within every single player I pick is very well thought out. And it's just so frustrating. So much bad luck. There's been just countless things. Going for Muniz over Joao Pedro puts me one transfer behind the field, and then it's I got screwed by Muniz, and now I bring Joao Pedro in, and he's also screwing me as well somehow. It's I had started with McNeil. I sold him to Semenyo, and McNeil got the assist in the same week as Semenyo, and then McNeil gets a double return when Semenyo blanks. It's just ridiculous. Oh my god, the bad luck is ridiculous. I've owned Bruno. The man's had 3xg, got a return. I've owned Trent. The man's put up 2xg and got 0 attacking returns. And then I captained the guy. Bro, this week I was so set on Trent Alexander-Arnold captain. Don't even get me started. Oh bro, you captain a defender. This is what happens. Bro, we conceded less than 1 xg in the game. Salah was invisible. I knew and originally I knew the person to captain this week was Bruno. I had it in my pre-plan, in my preseason planner to captain Bruno this week. But he has been so underwhelming this season. How in the world did I have the fate to put the captaincy armband on him? I would have been happy with one return. All he got was one. I mean, I'm happy with it, but it's I didn't have the guts to really captain him when he's out of form. Especially when you have the king at home. The problem is with the Trent captain is that I really analyzed it to a T. I looked at Trent's return rate. He had 9 returns in 6 matches versus Nuno when he was at Wolves and at Forest. And it's Liverpool were in the perfect position where Van Dijk, Alisson, Konate are all fit, where you trust Liverpool defensively. Trent put up 3 clean sheets with Liverpool. He put up 2 clean sheets with England. Got man of the match awards in England. Bro, he was in such good form, and I captained him against 1 point. Bro, it was literally the type of shot from Hudson-Odoi that I've seen Alisson save 100 times. 100 times. Alisson's one of the best goalies in the world, bro. The reason why you can captain Trent is because you have Van Dijk and Alisson mopping up the corners, the free kicks, the breakaways. I've seen Alisson do this thousands of times, but the one time I needed it, the man let me down. And it's not even Alisson's fault. The shot was nice from Hudson-Odoi, but I've just seen Alisson save those so many times. I'm so annoyed. They even put Bradley in to make sure that whoever was playing that right back position wouldn't have got burned by something exactly like what happened with Hudson-Odoi. So frustrating. And Liverpool as a team, it was a joke. Salah was trying to make all these passes to Szoboszlai. They're just not on the same page. It's just so frustrating to watch. I'm okay, Forest didn't even play that great. They stole the points away at Anfield. Good for them. And you know what? I have to say that they've been very solid. They were very difficult to break down. Liverpool really struggled. But was it really Forest the way that they played, or how poor Liverpool played? Bro, don't even get me started. Even the Trent captaincy, bro. There was a 59th minute sub. I was screaming at the TV, praying that they would wait to pass the 60th minute mark, because it was 58 minutes, and I could hear the commentator be all right, the subs are going to get ready to come on, and I was praying. I was on my knees praying to the Lords. I'm please God, just let it get to the 60th minute mark. Don't kick the ball out of bounds. I see the ball go out of bounds. I was yelling at the TV. I was no. And then somehow Bradley comes on and Trent stayed on. I was shook out of my mind. I was watching the game with my dad, right? I'm on my knees praying to God that Trent stays on. My dad looks at me bro, are you crazy? What are you doing? Because he doesn't understand the FPL impact of a defender that stays on for 60 minutes. Because even if they sub Trent at 61, if they wanted to, he would have banked a clean and I would have been happy. I didn't really care too much. Even though I saw at that point, Haaland's already returned twice. I was just thinking take it and run, because it's you're not captaining somebody that's worth 15, you're captaining somebody that's way cheaper, so you can have a better overall balanced squad. So I understand what my thought process was. And the matchup was perfect for Trent, bro. 94 didn't even put up 1 XG in the game, and they still scored. What the That's so unlucky, bro. And like Trent has had so many countless attacking returns. He's due, but you can't captain in the Bournemouth fixture. Bournemouth like to press high. Like Salah should be eating in a fixture like that. So it just sucks, man. Like it just literally sucks, bro. Like everything I feel like I've done, it's really blown up in my face, bro. Like I've owned Leaf Davis and he's been on my bench for 2 weeks in a row. And he's returned in both weeks. Like, what the hell? Like, I own double Arsenal defense, and then the red card ruins my double Arsenal defense clean sheets, and I had Captain Saka that week. Like, it's just been a calamity of, like, unfortunate events. And, like, I look at FPL, and it's just, like, there's so much damn luck involved in this game now. Like, who would have predicted that Haaland would be scoring 9 goals from, like, 5 XG? Like, what is this? Like, he's actually insane. Like, okay, I've gone against Haaland in previous seasons, but those times when I went against him, it was actually more risky because he was cheaper. And like we know the ceiling that Haaland has. Last year it made so much sense because his conversion rate was lower. It made sense to really like when you watch the games, you're like, I don't really need him. But at this point, when you're watching the games, when you don't need to look at Haaland's data, you just look at his conversion rate. Is he converting it? Okay, you need Haaland because it's all about just output for him. And like he's in form, he's hot. Like I feel like I'm an idiot for avoiding him, and like it's obvious now that I can't bring him in. He has Arsenal, he has Newcastle away. I can't bring him in at this point. But it's just like, bro, like why did I go against this guy? Like I should have just thought about the fact he had an entire summer off and just gone with Salah and Mo and just let go of all the value picks like the Sakas, the Brunos, like the bruh. I really thought about this, and the thing is like I love every single pick that I have in my team, and like that's the worst part. It's like I've spent all this effort and time looking at rotations, looking at all of this like useless, bro, useless. I mean, like I can't really say it's useless because like some of the players that I had as differentials, for example, Bruno or Lewis Dunk, and Calvert-Lewin, like these guys came through. Like this is the problem is that I love my team so much. Like I actually really like my team, but it doesn't have Holland, and Holland has been destroying me for weeks on end. And it's not that bad if you have trust in your captain, but the week you don't, Holland punishes you to the max, bro, because he's just getting 2 or 3 returns each week. So it's like you're already like, Holland's already picking up 13 times 2, 26 points. Everyone else is starting on 26 points pretty much every week because he's a lock for 3 bonus and he's returning twice a game. So it's just like you have to beat them or you have to join them. And I'm looking at my team like I'm 50 points behind the field. Like I'm looking at people in my mini leagues within like our Twitter Spaces mini league, looking at it within my like my bros mini league where like we have like our little mini league with a cash prize. We all like pitch in like $30 or whatever. It's like that's pretty much what I'm fighting for. Like my season's already over and it's game week 5. Bro, I'm 50 points behind the field. Like how is it that possible? Like my team is actually good. Like it's not like I'm going for rogue picks. Like yes, Trent captaincy sounds crazy, but it's just because I didn't want to captain Salah and I knew not to captain him this week. And I was right about that, but technically Salah outscored him by 1 point. So just add like salt to the wound there, I guess. But it's just, I just didn't think Holland would be this damn good, bro. And it's disappointing because I was so ready to take him on. Like I was so ready to take him on, bro. And the problem is that like I'm in this catch 22 position where I either have to join them and be like, hey, I'm 50 points behind you and I'm gonna add Holland to my team, and the only way I can climb to beat you now is by using my differentials. 50 points from differential players excluding captaincy. You know how difficult that's gonna be? It's nuts. So I just, bro, the season's finished, bro. Like I'm actually finished. Like it sucks because like you look at it like where there's 34 weeks left. Like you've only wasted 4 weeks of the season, but to be ranked at 5 million after looking at the amount of time and effort that I've put into every single pick that I've had, creating all this content, like it's just, this is why I hate FPL, bro. Like there's no reward that you get for putting all this effort and extra time into your team and your rotations, and it all just comes down to like if this guy ended up being an XG overperformer, or like if Muniz just finished his chances even though he had like 0.7 XG in 3 games and couldn't get 1 return. It's like ridiculous, bro. Like all the luck that is involved in FPL, like okay, it's not completely luck based. Like you have to be making good picks. You have to have good analytically based picks, I think. And I agree with that, but it's just like, bro, like who would have predicted Haaland can do this? And like he scored 9 goals from 5 xg. Is this sustainable? No. But when you watch him, it's completely sustainable. Like he's just hot as hell. He's finishing everything. So it's like if I go against him, I'm just risking burying myself deeper and deeper. But if I join him, then I'm 50 points behind the field and I have to catch them through like differentials like Bruno and Bumo and Bowen and Calvert-Lewin. Like, I'm not making 50 points on the field from that. Like it's just, bro, it's a shambles, bro. It's a shambles, bro. Like it's crazy how important it was to start off really well this season. Like it was crazy how important it was. Like it's actually insane. The embarrassment of like hosting Twitter Spaces and like trying to get people to listen to my opinion when it's like I'm ranked at 5 mil. Like what am I even doing? It doesn't even take a genius to go and say, "Hey, I'm gonna just hold Holland and just captain him every week, and then just figure out the rest of it." Like why didn't I just do that? Like genuinely, like it was just so obvious. Like at this point, it's like I feel like I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. Like catching up 50 points, bring Holland into my team feels like I'm a loser, bro. Like that's how it feels like I'm admitting the loss. And how am I supposed to? I just don't see how I'm supposed to cash them. Like that's the problem, because like there's only like we're gonna get to a point where like the template picks itself, and Holland is gonna be the template pick. Like yes, you can have some fun and sell him, but you can't do it from 7 to 10. Like it's suicide to do it during those weeks. So if you want to do it, it's going to be game weeks 11 to 17. That's the run to do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my transfers, bring Holland in, and then probably wildcard in that week in game week 11 and risk it again. But basically, I'm just taking on more risk for no reason now. Like it's basically like I have to go down the risk. Once I've started to add risk by going against Holland, I need to continue to add risk. Otherwise, there's no way for me to catch where I want to be. And it's so funny because I was so set on my team of like going for like no premium players. Like I actually loved it. Like going for Saka, Palmer, Bumo, Eze, Bruno in midfield, and then going for like DCL, Joao Pedro, and Isak. I was so set on those 8 players in attack. Like I loved every single one of them. 90-minute men, pretty much, except for Calvert-Lewin. On the penalties, like yeah, you would have found a way to rotate them and you would have been fine. Like but it just sucks, bro. Like it just sucks because like Holland's just come in and just destroyed it, and like the creativity that I was having before, it's like it's just over. Like I just, bro, I lost, and like it sucks. Yes, it's okay. You can say that, yo, you lost phase one, but yo, punished by 50 points. Even if I win 5 weeks in a row, I don't think I'd be punishing people by 50 points. Like it's crazy because like Holland is the most explosive asset in the game, and I just disrespected his greatness. Yeah. The problem with FPL is like when you love the game so much, I'd say, because like you put so much effort and thought into your team and it doesn't pay off. The way I'm feeling right now is similar to how it was last year. It's like I had a great team, but my defense was awful because I didn't have any Arsenal defenders for pretty much 20 weeks of the season. And now it's like I have my Arsenal defenders and I've been getting unlucky. It's like the red card just ruins the clean sheet. And I never got that luck last year, bro. When I was going against Arsenal defense, I'll tell you that. And now it's like I don't own Holland, and he's basically last year's Arsenal defense for me, where it's like I got wrecked, bro. Like I just got screwed. Like it's over, bro. Like I gotta bring him in. Cause last year I would have danced around it, bro. I would have had some fun, tried to go to Palmer, have some fun, but that plan is gone. There's no chance I go without him. And it's just I just gotta embrace being a sheep at this point now. Like it's just how it is, bro. Like that's just the way the FPL is now. Like you gotta just be a sheep. Just gotta own Holland, captain him every week, figure out your differentials from some of the other cheaper guys, and that's about it. Enjoy your life, because that way it's like you won't have much high EO against you anyway, because pretty much everyone's in the same boat as you. I really just feel like I want to just go against Holland at this point, even though it's suicidal, just because I don't care anymore. Like, I'm just so done with this season. And it's game week 4. Crazy, bro.